Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Destiny 2. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and salutations today. So you want that Nightfall loot, do you? Let's get to it. Nightfall specific loot can be very rewarding when you get it, and when you don't get it, it is very frustrating. So what can we do to make that a little bit easier? Now I'll be talking specifically about the strange terrain Nightfall loot, but this works with any Nightfall specific loot drop. Now you're going to want to run the most opportune challenge card as possible, and what I mean by that is you'll want to run heavyweight. You'll want to run either Arc Singe or Solar Singe or Void Singe, depending on what damage type you are trying to do to the boss. So it'll depend on your power weapons. It'll depend on your super. And that's it. No power handicap, no extinguish, none of that. You're not going for the score, you're going for that loot. And the best way to get the loot is to beat the boss, and then you only have a chance of getting it, whatever that percentage chance is, 5%, 2%. So what you want to do is you want to go through the Nightfall as quickly as possible and as many times as possible. So you want to get that loot drop over and over and over again so that you have a chance as many times per hour as you possibly can. Now with any boss that has phases to it, like Strange Terrain, Tree of Probabilities, etc., if you can skip one or all phases, that is going to decrease your overall time. So if you have a Warlock with Lunafaction Boots, Empowering Rift, and then you can use an Arc Singe and you can use the Wardcliff Coil. With the Lunafaction Boots, you'll be reloading instantaneously, and the Empowering Rift will add damage to your attacks. So you're buffing your attack both with Heavyweight and with Empowering Rift, and with Arc Singe, if that's what you're going to do. So doing that, you should be able to take the guy out in one phase. Now this will also work if you're going for the score and you're running up against 15 minutes, but that's not what we're talking about. Nightfall specific loot. So you want to go through and you want to finish it as quickly as possible. So that means any encounter that you do not have to kill all the enemies, don't. Go through, kill the enemies that you have to kill, and move on. And you just keep on doing that until you get to the boss. You get to the boss, burn them down the best way you can, as quickly as possible. Like I said, Lunafaction Boots with that Empowering Rift is going to both instantaneously reload your weapon, so you want something that has high damage and possibly normally a slow reload but a quick fire. So sleeper does not apply in this situation, like a rocket launcher, Two-Tailed Fox, Wardcliff Coil, what have you. Something that fires relatively quickly, that doesn't have a charge time, and it can have a slow reload because reload is taken out of the equation. And with all of you doing that, you should be able to burn down the boss using a power weapon with Heavyweight, Empowering Rift, Lunafaction Boots. So the big thing is not wiping. Does it happen? Absolutely. You go through Nightfall and for one reason or another, everyone goes down. You have to go back to the last checkpoint and do it over again. That's just going to add to your time. That's going to add to your completions per hour, and it's going to add to your overall time in order to get that Nightfall specific loot. Unfortunately, there's no special subclass or weapons or armor that'll give you a better chance at getting legendary drops. So anyone that says use this weapon, use this armor to guarantee to get that is full of cheese. The only thing that you can do to get more chances is to get the chest to drop more often. So if you can get that chest to drop every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 2 minutes, whatever it happens to be, the faster you can get that boss down and the chest to drop, the faster you have a chance of getting that loot. And that is the only way to get it. So take them out quickly, go through the encounters quickly, but you still have to have a margin of safety where not everyone's going to go down. Now, hopefully, if you're lucky, you'll get the Nightfall specific loot drop within 1 or 3 tries, and then you can have it, and it's no big deal. Now, all of the new Forsaken weapons do have random rolls on them, so you might be looking for a specific roll on a weapon. If you're looking for a Mindbender's Ambition with Slide Shot and Rampage on it, or something similar, then you may want to go through that Nightfall even more times, so that even though you've already gotten it, you can get the roll that you want on that particular weapon. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to ring the bell before you leave to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.
We're ready for this, Guardian. We can stop Noctis.
things have returned to normal. I knew you could do it, Guardian.
Thank you, Commander. We're always here to help.